One, two, three.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, hello guys, welcome. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dewi Rahmawati Maku. I'm from English Department 2018 State University of Gorontalo. So, the purpose of this video is for my midterm in teaching English as a foreign language. In this video, I will talk about some difficulties in speaking skill and what should I do as a teacher to, help my student with that difficulties. And without any further ado, and if you guys curious, let's see the next video. So in learning English, at least there are 4 skills of language that actually really must be mastered by all of the students. They are listening, speaking, reading, and also writing. All of these skills cannot be separated by each other. Among the skills, speaking is one of the most important skills that become the focus of this study since the students learn English. And also, speaking is also the most natural way to communicate between one person to other person. And without speaking, people must remain in almost total isolation from any kind of societies. For most people, the ability to speak a language is the most important basic in terms of communication. And talking about speaking actually isn't just about, making sound because, birds, cats, and to other animals also making sound. And the thing that we must remember is that speaking is more than it. Through speaking, people can get many kinds of information from many kinds of sources. So it needs good ability in speaking to get succeed communication. In the other words, speaking ability is the capital city of someone express his or her feeling. So speaking is one of the difficult skill. Why? Why speaking is one of the difficult skill? Why I say that? The reasons why speaking skill is one of the difficult skill because in speaking activity, many things that should be paid attention not only relate to what is being spoken and what the language is used, but also who is our interlocutor. And a good speaker should pay attention what the topic is being spoken by him, what the language that he or she uses in order to be understood easily by his listener and to whom she or he speak. Speaking skill ensure that language learner to be able to communication actively in the target language. However, learning speaking is not that easy because students often encounter many problems. Students also tend to have fears before a large groups. This happens, especially in culture that people tend to use other people's weaknesses as a levy matter. Although students are able to overcome this problem. So this is the frequent difficult in speaking from what I noticed during the process of teaching and learning took place were. So first, students often have no ideas about what they say, so they choose to, keep silent. Second, they are also shy and uncomfy as well as not confident, feel confident and not confident if they make a mistakes. And the third, the students are afraid of making, errors in class as they will be laughed at by their friends. And the last is, the students are not used to talking in class since their pronunciation and vocabulary are poor and confident. So if I become a teacher, what should I do to help my student from that difficulties? So I already prayed myself for that, and I have one method or strategy to make our learning process more easy and fun. And I choose game as a method to help make learning process more easy and fun. Of course, those game are, first game is role players. Role player is one of the best technique to make students speak. This technique is very useful for developing the interpersonal skill of learners. So let me give you one example. For example, in role player activities, I will give a role to students and invite them to act as a police, hotel reception, or doctor by giving them a scenario. And perhaps in other session, I also could give an opportunity to my students to create another narration ideas for dialogue or scenario. And in role play activities, students pretend that they are in very social context and have a variety of social roles. Second game is storytelling. Storytelling fosters creative thinking. It also helps students express ideas in front of their friends. Students can tell riddle or jokes for intents at the beginning of each class session. I may call a few students to tell a short story or joke as an opening. And also, they can share about their story, for example, like their experience of something to their friends. Like one student will share about her or his experience when she or he went to Korea, and the other students can ask some question about that. So the last game is one of my favorite game in speaking class. So the game is called Have Never. Never Have I Ever game is taken from the classic party game that we can play in our speaking class as well. So the way it works that students think of a few things that they haven't done but they think of others in the class have. For example, students raise their hand and they have to say something they have never done. If somebody else did it in the group, that person has to put down the fingers and they talk about the experience. This is the great way for students to share experience from their lives. So finally, we are at the end of the video. So in the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for all of you guys who still watching this video from start until the end. And I'm so sorry if I'm not satisfying you about my explanation, but I try my best. I hope you guys can like and subscribe this video. I say thank you, and thank you for all of you who watch this video.